Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Great morning. It looks like it might rain tonight, but it is beautiful outside. Might be jumping in the pool right after this, folks. Anyway, Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon, a little lunchtime fun. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, and we thank you so much for all the people who sit and listen and watch the show on all 5 different social media outlets. You're you can see us live from the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, the Mo Carrara Facebook page, which is my personal page. We're on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and we're also on the Ocean's Pit Facebook page. So if you guys are ready for a little fun, how about sharing the page? Let everybody know what's going on with Ocean's Pit. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769 to book a show, folks. Now, every show is brought to you by the number one sponsor, folks. Let's not forget our good friends from Ace Hardware. There it is, baby, right up on the screen. Norridge, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, and Warrenville. Buy local, shop local. That's right, folks. For the month of July, lawnmower promo. Purchase any new lawnmower and receive free assembly and delivery. Ends July 31st. Also, check out the markdowns on all patio furniture, up to 50% off, folks. And let's not forget, if you're looking for a brand new grill right here into the summer, tell them to grill your ace off. That's right, grill your ace off and get $20 off any grill purchase. That's Ace Hardware, Norridge, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville. Buy local, shop local. Ace is the place. Remember, they've been helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware. All right, now, guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in today. It is the 14th of July, Friday. I hope you're ready to have a good time. Go out on the weekend. Go out and support local establishments. Go out and support live talent. Go out and drink, eat, be merry, have fun. Do whatever you got to do. Life is too short. And our guest today is going to tell you that life is too short and you need to enjoy life. We're going to talk about my good friend, Mr. Sonny Garelli, coming on very shortly, folks. Speaking of Sonny, let's get right to his company. How about Garelli Pavement Service? Garelli knows the curb appeal for your home and business, largely affected by concrete and asphalt. Garelli's here to help you keep your asphalt looking brand new with proper maintenance, which includes seal coating, crack filling, or patching. We also do complete asphalt replacement for residential and commercial lots. Call Laura or Barb today for a free estimate for any maintenance or repairs you need. Servicing Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana. That's Garelli Pavement Service. Garelli Pavement Service, 815-271-5835. That's 815-271-5835. Tell them Tony O sent you. Garelli Pavement Service. Sonny Garelli will be on our show, folks, very shortly. Now, and we'll get into more details when Sonny's on the show. But Sonny's been my friend for almost 30 years. Like we're like brothers. We really are. I call him my brother because he really is. And we have had some incredible times. Some we don't even remember, but we heard we had good times. And the great lifestyle that we had playing and enjoying and having a great fun. We've been very blessed. Well, like I said in the story when I posted his picture, few years back, right before COVID-19, he was diagnosed with CKD renal failure, folks. And, that's polycystic kidney disease. And it happens to a lot of people. Changed his life completely. And we're going to find out the steps, how he found out, everything that he went through. And then that was pre-COVID. Then he couldn't travel. It was just horrible. And then luckily, miraculously, God came down and he found a match, got a brand new kidney, and changed his whole life. But he's going to share some tips, what he went through, the good, the bad, numbers that you can call for help, because there's a lot of people out there that might have this disease. So very important. That's coming up in a few minutes here at Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. I need to thank every single one of you. I want to thank my good friend Jerry from Side Outs, Crystal Lake Country Club last night, Jack Daniels wine tasting golf party. What a bash. I mean, they had a great spread, great time, and the band was outstanding. Jerry Jams, Double T, Tony Toto, and the return of Regina Karma. It was a great time. Now, we thought for sure rain again, and we had a few drops, but that was it. I mean, we got lucky the last couple weeks, 2 weeks. We did my friend John Sirianni's party. It was supposed to pour, and we played, and the minute we stopped playing, 2 minutes after, bam, the rain came down. So there was no rain last night. So thank you, Jerry. Thank you, United Talent, Joey DeMarco. Thank you, Double T. Thank you, Regina. And thank you, Jerry Jams. Let's say hello. Who's watching now, folks? Everybody here. Daryl Armenstad, the professor, will be tonight. He will be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse filling in for me with the lovely Sonia Hicks. Tonight we'll be at the Carnival, downtown Chicago, Fulton Market. It's a private affair. For a moving company. It's nice to see Tony Toto, Jerry Jams. We've got the incredible John Grande on saxophone, who plays with Rick Lindy and Nick Sahajas in the band. And we got the return of a Regina Karma. Private show tonight. Tomorrow, me, Double T, Tony Toto, and Ron Starr will be at Bellagio in Roselle. That's a 7:30 hit. And Sunday, returning to Lake Geneva, Lake Como, the Thirsty Parrot. It's going to be fun outside on the patio. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Bring it up. It's going to be fun. Richard Captain, step up, is in the house. Happy anniversary to you and your lovely wife, Chrissy. Congratulations, you guys. Kathy, Patricia, how you doing? Buddy is in the house. Joanne, Nina, hope you're well. Sal is in the house. Liz Lynn, how you doing? Rosemary, Lillian, Pina, Kathy Eppolito, Santa Barbara, California. Hello, Iowa. Hello, New York. Hello, Double T, Tony Toto. We have a great show planned for you guys. Now, let me give you some great news also. Mama D, fantastic. Now, all of us, we were getting a little scared there, folks. Her spirits were high, blood pressure, colon, couldn't go to the bathroom. She's just not ready to go. Mama D is not ready to go upstairs. She wants to stay with her family. And the medicine that they gave her, now they're moving her out of the hospital into the rehab center, so she'll be here for a couple of days just to get going again. And then she'll be home. So thank you, God, for again with helping Mama D. I mean, she's just crazy. Marie Lewis, how you doing? Ricky, hope you're doing good, buddy. Becky in the house. Robert, the general. We're going to give you, General, some information. Now, this coming up Monday, folks, on the 17th, we're going to be doing a live remote from my good buddy Ron Starr's yacht. This is going to be a giant yacht. We're going to have fun, baby. We're going to live. I know Sonny's going to be there, cousin Tommy. It's going to be fun. The crew will be there. Jerry Jams, General, Joey Spins. It's going to be fun. We're all going to be on a beautiful yacht. We're going to be doing Ocean's Pit Live on Monday, folks. So coming in, we're going to be singing some songs. It's going to be fun. That's this Monday, live from the yacht, Ocean's Pit. I can't wait. Ray Nardi, how you doing? Kathy Lazara, I hope you're doing well, and I hope this interview when we bring Sonny on for your husband. This disease is out there, folks. A lot of people have it. It's horrible. My friend Sonny was very, very fortunate to get, was on many lists, and he got a new kidney. So we're going to talk to that. Lou and Dana in the house. How you guys doing? Hey, me and Louie Pipes, August 9th, Village Pub, North Riverside. It's going to happen. We'll be celebrating Dana's birthday. It's going to be fun. And don't forget to go check out my good friend Dana's new salon by Dana. It's going to go out there, make yourself pretty. Pamper yourself. It's good. Jerry Jams in the house. All right. Couple more minutes. We're bringing up my good friend Sonny Gorelli with an incredible story, folks. It really, really is. And it's amazing. All right. Now, last thing, about the cruise, 2024 Chicago Music Cruise. While you guys are freezing your ass up here in Illinois or going to Florida to play bingo or bocce, or B6, we are going to be on the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, the Wonders of the Sea. It is the biggest ship on the water, folks. The biggest ship. It is 4 football fields long. We're going to start off in Orlando, Florida for a very short time because we don't want to get old. And then we want to go to Coco Cay, Bahamas. Then we're going to go to St. Thomas and St. Martin. It's going to be Tony Ocean and the main event band, Tony Toto, Danny Raimondi. It's going to be my other band, Mojo's Jukebox, who opened for Chicago not too long ago. And of course, Richie and Seventh Heaven. Biggest band in the Midwest, man. It's going to be good. It's Richie's Brainstorm. He's been doing it for almost 20 years, him and Seventh Heaven. And they do a great job every year. And we're proud and honored to be asked to be on this one coming up January 7th to January 14th. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com and tell them Tony O sent you. All right, so let's get right to it. Ryan Lewis, 2 tickets to Paradise. Laura Mizzi, thanks for finding my friend a roommate. So, Laura, it looks like Ellie is going to be joining us on the cruise. Oh, my God. Ellie Weinhardt. She starred in the movie A League of Her Own with Madonna and Tom Hanks. She's the #1 Joan Rivers impersonator. She'll be joining us on the cruise. Woo! It's going to be fun. Kimberly, we can't wait to the cruise either. Jill, Arizona, Indiana's in the house. Okay, everybody, Ryan Lewis, my friend. How you doing, pal? Ryan will be on the cruise too. All right, so like I said, I am so happy to have my friend on. Now, Sonny is not a type of guy that's on social media. He's not on social media at all. Never has been. He likes to stay away from the limelight, folks. But he's a brother to me, and we've been through a lot. He's been through a lot. He's got 2 lovely kids, Johnny and Junior. Great guys, great grandkids. He's an old school guy that they don't make too many old school guys, you know. We're very fortunate that we have some old school guys left. We got a kind of a bond, a brotherly bond. And if you got something like that, if you people have a friend like something like that, then you're very lucky and very blessed. So without any further ado, without anything, let me bring up my good friend, Sonny Garelli. Sonny, in the house.
Good morning.
Oh, whoa. That sounded like you were Star Trek for a second. All right, what do we got? Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he's going to come back on again. He just got boasted out, but we'll bring up. Your volume might be down, but we're going to bring him up. Anyway, Jim, how you doing, buddy? Sonny Garelli will be joining us. We did a sound check. It was fine. He's going to come right back on again. We'll bring him on. Hey, guys, we got some great let's get to another quick sponsor, folks. Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street, Elgin, Illinois. Buy local, shop local. That's Armando Supermarkets. Array, my good buddy Danny Mazzi. And don't forget Mikey and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. Call Mike and Gigi for all your collision repair. Call crashchampions.com. All right, we're waiting for Sonny Garelli to come on again, folks. We're going to find out what the holdup is here. You're watching Ocean's Pit. Let's not lose what we have. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Let's go here. Anyway, are we good here? Let's see. What's going on, brother? Turn your volume. You might have to turn your volume down. Maybe that's why it was so. Okay, here we go. Jerry Jams just put in the Chicago Music Cruise check, folks. I see you, but I don't. I see a black. I see a black screen. Unbelievable. Okay. Check out Jerry Jams just put that Music Cruise in. So check it out, Chicago Music Cruise, and join us here. All right, we're going to try to get on here again. It was a black. Gina Fazio, how are you doing, my dear friend? I hope to see you guys, you and Melissa and the crew. Get them out there on Sunday. It's going to be a great time here at the 1 o'clock. All right, we're going to try this again on your side. Are you okay?
Yes, I am, Tom.
All right. Good. Welcome, Sonny. I hope you go. You okay, my brother?
I'm all good, buddy.
Hey, listen, man. I want to thank you for doing this. I know I tell people that you're not at all a social media guy.
No.
First of all, I mean for your business, obviously.
Right.
Pavement service. But you're a pretty quiet guy. You keep to yourself for many, many years. And we've been through a lot, and we've been friends for a long time. And I can't even believe, and the people that know us have known we've went over the top, as we would say, over the top at
A little
our days. I mean,
Right.
I can't tell you mornings we'd start and it would just be drinking all the way through the end of the night. And this, now, mind you, Sonny, you were working not only your Gorelli pavement, but you had a bakery too. So you were running two jobs at the time while you were out cabareting, as we say back in the day. With our team.
Definitely had a desire to be out there every night with
Yes.
it. That's for sure, man.
How many would you actually? How many drinks you think we'd have in a day with our crew? Forget the month, forget the week. Let's talk about the little fun that we used to have. We had some good times, didn't we, brother?
I've seen a line of shots that probably were 10 long, and
Yeah.
wasn't- it
Yeah.
wasn't-
So when you're going through all that, and life was fantastic, life was fun. We had a good time back then.
Yeah.
During the Gillies days, everybody was having a good time.
we did have a great time, and we've got good friends out of this whole deal, and it's amazing.
Yeah, we've been very lucky with that.
Right.
And then, of course, like you say, all of a sudden, this kidney disease, and we came up with some questions, and I'm happy that you try to be as honest as you can, because people out here, Sonny, they really want to know. And if people aren't watching the show now, they will definitely watch it sometime this afternoon or later tonight, because you can always watch them on all the programs. So let's start right. Let's just start off real fast. Sonny, how old are you, brother?
68.
Okay, so 68. So let's go to the first question. Sonny, how did you find out you had CKD failure?
Okay, so basically, I do have, it's called polycystic kidneys, and it's a genetic disease. What happens is your kidneys form these cysts inside and out. So a normal kidney might weigh 10 ounces. Mine were the size of footballs. So these cysts over the years grow and grow until they just take over the kidney. Now, my grandfather had it, my mom, my uncle, my aunts. So it's almost like a Mediterranean disease. And
Okay.
so at 50 years old, I went in for what do you call
Well, that
it?
was the next question I was going to ask you. Was it a doctor's visit?
Yeah,
Take the
yeah,
blood work?
for an ultrasound, because I knew, I grew up with this, hearing my mom was on dialysis, my aunts, my uncles. And so I knew that I probably had a potential to have it. And so I went in for the ultrasound, and the girl, who's not supposed to say anything, she goes, "Oh my God." And then at that point, at 50 years old, I knew. At 60 years old, I went in for some blood workup. 60, let's see, right around 60, maybe 59. And the doctor goes, "Your kidneys aren't working." And I says, "Okay, so what's my choice?" And he goes, "Well, you're going to have to go on dialysis 3 days a week."
Well, let me ask you something. Back up for a second. Now, how did you know? Were you not feeling good when you decided to go in? What made you go in for that checkup? Or was it just a regular checkup?
A regular checkup, and to maybe see if the cysts grew. And, so at that point, they definitely, from when I was diagnosed to when I literally had to go on dialysis, it took 10 years for me to my kidneys weren't working. So,
Sonny, did you feel bad? That,
you know what? I started feeling terrible.
like, what was some of the feelings that you were having?
Always tired. My stomach was so extended because, like I say, a kidney is about 8 to 10 ounces. Mine were like 12 pounds a piece. So that really was just, it affected me. My blood pressure was jacked because of all this, these kidneys were so big. So I had a bunch of stuff going wrong, I tried to stay out there and enjoy life as much as I could.
But you said it came from, so your family has it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
family members had it, right.
My mother, my aunts, everybody had it in our family. My sons were going to try to give me they were going to give me a kidney, but one has a couple little cysts and the other one had high blood pressure. So I had to go to get I went on a list basically.
Well, let me get some other questions. And knowing that you are knowing you and how active you are, how did being told you need to be on dialysis affect you and your lifestyle? I mean, that had to be a complete shock to you.
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't drink. I can't do this. I got what? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, that just my life went to a total shit at that point. I mean, because we'd hang out almost every night, and I was very active, and once I accepted that I had to go on dialysis, but there's two types of dialysis. There's a regular one where you go 3-4 days a week and you sit there for hours, and by the time they filter all your blood, you're totally exhausted. The second one, was, which I never heard of, was peritoneal dialysis, where I did it at home. I did it 9 hours a night, and I had a port that came out of me, and it would fill up with dialysate, and then and it did this like 4 or 5 cycles to clean my blood. And in the morning, I just disconnect, clean the machine, and I'm on my way.
So did you felt better, comfortable at home doing it instead of being somewhere else doing it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because at one point, I mean, me and my sons always go to Vegas. I literally had the boxes shipped to Vegas and the machine, and and I could still live somewhat of a pretty decent life. But by 8 o'clock, I'd have to be in bed and stay on that for 9 hours.
Sonny, though, mentally, physically, I can't imagine what your head was going through. And we had a lot of conversations. I know you were down on yourself, and and all your friends were around you saying, it had to be tough, and mentally and mentally and physically. How did you just felt tired all the time? What about your appetite?
Yeah, once I was diagnosed, I went into somewhat of a depression. Not that long, because once I started with the dialysis and I started feeling a little bit better, I accepted what I had, and then my whole goal was to get better and to get a kidney inside of me. And it's that simple. So,
well, I know, talking to you, I think you were on every list possible. Any list possible. How often? Let's go right this then. What was the process you had to go through to get on the kidney donor list? I mean, there's got to be tons. If I'm correct, didn't you even get some out of the country to get on these lists?
I looked at. I could have literally bought a kidney. There's 750,000 people a year that are affected by kidney disease. There's 2 million over the whole world. So, and they only do 24,000 transplants a year. So it's not a great amount. And like I say, there's people that need these kidneys. And that's why I wanted to come on the air and, check that box on your license and, give the gift of life. I mean, if you can donate your organs, so that other people could live, that's the biggest gift you could ever give anybody.
You got it. Sonny, how long did it take you? I mean, how many lists were you think you were on?
I was on 2 in Wisconsin and then Loyola. So I was on dialysis for almost 4.5 years. And then one day I was sitting by my son's house. Everybody would ask, when are you going to get it? When are you going to get it? It doesn't work like that. I had a lot of times going to the doctor and a lot of different medicines I was on. But there was one day I was sitting by my son Junior's pool and the phone rang. And they says, can you get down here? At that time, that's when COVID just started. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden the phone rings, and they said, we got a kidney for you. And the thing is with me, I'm O negative. So I can give my blood to anybody, but O negative is it's sort of rare. So sure. I could only accept somebody that had an O negative kidney. So I got off the chair. My son goes, where are you going, Dad? I go, I'm going to the hospital. They have a kidney. They roll me in, and it's weird because first they had to check for COVID. And the second thing is they roll me in, and there's a surgeon working on this donor kidney that I saw was going in me. So it was like real weird.
Sonny, how long did you remember? How long were you on the list until you actually got called?
4.5 years.
So you waited 4.5 years. And during this 4.5 years, you were still doing the dialysis, you were still doing the diet, you still had to do everything you had to do, right?
Every day. Every day. Yeah.
Well, we had a message. We had a message here from a couple of your friends here. Let's see. Mikey D. Rookie. Most of all your cousins have this disease. I can tell you that my grandfather and aunts and uncles would have been very proud of my cousin. Uh, this is my cousin Carmi. I haven't seen my cousin in quite a while, but I'm very close. And I can tell you that our grandfather died of this hernia disease. All right. And nobody works harder at anything in life than my older cousin. He has the best looking. He gets the best looking broads, and he's the most successful businessman. All right, Carmi, there you go, brother. So there he is. All right. So
Oh God.
I can't wait to see my cousin in Vegas. And thank you, Mikey, for your nice compliment. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right. So I checked my box. Organ transplant. Good for Liz.
Beautiful.
That is good. All right. So, Sonny, you got on the list. They made the call. Do you have any idea? Do they tell you who the donor is? Any clue like that?
I've always asked my doctor and everything. It was a lady who had actually literally died. So there's a difference between getting a live donor and then a deceased. The live owner is, it's like almost 100% your body's going to take it. The donor kidney that from a cadaver or a dead person, it takes a little while because the kidney, once they put it in you, that kidney has to re-wake up and it has to start functioning. So, and they put it in me. 2 days later, they opened me up because my blood pressure just dumped to 30. They thought they left something or that something was bleeding inside of me. So that was probably the worst time, was the second time they reopened me. And then at that point, little by little, it started working. And, because you're looking at this bag that's supposed to be, produced.
How many days was it in you till you actually started feeling better?
Probably about 6 days.
6 days. Now, when you were going through that, Sonny, were you eating? Were they giving you food?
No, I was so sick in bed. And there was a doctor. Her name was Dr. Sodi. I couldn't have any people, any patient people coming to visit me. Yeah. But there was a doctor that just had gone. She transferred over from, I think, St. Louis to Loyola. And she would come in every morning and she put her hand on top of mine. She goes, "I'm going to get you through this." And she did. She did. And we are friends till today. Just a wonderful person.
You know what, Sonny? Was there times that you thought, "Holy shit, I'm not going to make it"?
Oh yeah, when they had to put the tube down my nose, and it wasn't a good time. Let me tell you.
Well, let me ask you, what was the feeling of your kids and family, your family support, your friends that you had?
Unbelievable. And I had to go from all the way. Where I live in Johnsburg. I had to go 3 times a week to Loyola, and
now you couldn't drive, so cousin Tommy helped you a lot, didn't he?
You know what? And I always, what he would do is come all the way from Highland Park, Johnsburg, pick me up early in the morning, and then drive me all the way to Loyola, bring me back home, and then go back. So on that note, let me just, Tommy, come here for a minute. Let's say hi to everybody here.
Here's our cousin Tommy. Let me tell you something, buddy. I've known you just as long as I've known Sonny, and you got the biggest heart in the world, my brother. Yep. And we are lucky that we got each other, and we got great friends. You are a great friend, Tommy, and I just want to say thank you for always being a great friend. And I know Sonny too, and it's almost like you guys are not related, obviously. All 3 of us are not blood related, but we are. I mean, we just have this bond. And I remember just seeing you guys at a table. I think it was at Chili's in Lake Geneva. And I go, there's something about these guys. It's going to be cool. And we've been inseparable ever since.
Yep. I tell you, this Sonny is the most focused man in the world that I've ever known. His priorities are set straight. It's his 2 sons, the daughter-in-law, and the 4 grandkids. And that kept him going, his family and his friends, like you, Tone, myself, and a few others. collect one.
Yeah, and, you know, of course, our good friend Mario, who passed away, our
Oh.
good friend Joe Nasca, who passed away. You know, that we all had great times and we all hung out together, which was very
I
cool.
got to tell you a quick story about Tommy. So
Yeah.
at that point, first of all, so we're on the expressway and he's going a million miles an hour. He says, Tom, I said, and he's tailgating everybody. I go, Tom, I say, I just got a brand new kidney. You kill me now, we're gonna have big trouble. And then we pull up to the you know the Loyola where I go in, and I said, Tommy, because I couldn't walk, I was really, you know, and I go, Tommy, if they could see us now, you pushing Sonny in a wheelchair. But that's not the whole problem. What the problem was, he goes and gets a wheelchair from the show 600 Pound Life. So here I am, this little weeble wobble guy in a wheelchair that was like 10 times bigger than me. And I go, what is that? So what does he do? Every wall, every doorway, he's smashing into it.
Every single one. Oh my God! I mean, that's just funny stories, and it's like that. It's funny that you can laugh about little things like that make everything. Sonny, let me ask you a personal question. Now, this is, you can't get any more personal, but you know, dating at the time
Was out.
that you have that even if you went out, someone approached you, blah blah blah. Inside, you're saying, "What the fuck? I can't do nothing." Right? I don't. Right? I mean, how was it?
I had a, you know, I guess people call me very vain or whatever, but I had a tube coming out my stomach. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I stayed pretty much away from everybody for almost 5 years. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I didn't get involved with anybody until I started fixing myself.
Right.
And you know, now I feel
But
fantastic.
even when you found somebody and they understood what you were going through, it's not like you're an alien. This is stuff that happens to people all around the world, and you've been very fortunate with that. And you know, and you took it great, because a lot of people maybe couldn't have done that. Now, what was the year that you got your? Do you remember the year that you got it?
This August will be 3 years. 3 years.
Okay, so you're going back. But now, if you think about this, Sonny, you received your transplant during COVID-19. Now, let me just think about it. March 2020, turn on the news, this thing called COVID-19.
You have no idea.
Stores are closed. Businesses are closed. People are sick. People are dying. People don't know how it got here, whether it was put here on purpose, whatever it was. It was here.
Right.
It affected people differently. And now it affected you, who was actually with a brand new kidney. Now, isn't it true that you were stuck in Florida because you couldn't travel, obviously?
Well, yeah, COVID was like a death sentence to me, because all my blood, all my levels were just down. I mean, so was I worried about getting that? Oh yeah, because you're hearing people literally dying. So yeah, that scared the crap out of me. I got to be honest with you, you know. And even a year or two, it's still, you know, everything was down. I didn't start, you know, it's funny. My doctor, Dr. Sodi, told me, she was going to take 2 years for you to feel normal. And they put me on prednisone. I jumped up to 270 pounds.
Yes.
I says, Doc, you got to get me off of this stuff, because I couldn't even get out of a chair.
Well, let me ask you something. Besides being blown up, was the prednisone helping you? Besides, forget the weight gain.
Yeah, they had to keep me on that, because it was they play with these medications and stuff, and that's something I had to be on. But as soon as they got me off of it. But my point is that this doctor told me that in 2 years it's going to be like a light switch that will go off, and it was 2 years to the day that I got my kidney that I started feeling normal, because I didn't go out. I you saw me one time or whatever. I was trying I was trying to stay.
Let me ask you. So when that light went on, what was the feeling like? Did it feel like it was a regular day before you got the kidney problem?
Yeah, no, you feel like you're reborn. I mean, totally reborn. You know, and
humble.
Oh yeah, well, Tommy goes, I was humble in the beginning, and then he goes, now you're not so much humble anymore. So,
how long were you in the hospital after the amp?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks you were in there.
Yeah.
Okay, after you were out of the hospital, how long did it take for you to start feeling normal? You said 2 years. Are you right now? Are you on any anti-rejection medication? And how long will you have to take this anti-rejection
So,
medication?
so when I first got out, you couldn't imagine how many pills I was on. Now I'm down to just 2 anti-rejections for the rest of my life, and I get checkups every. Well, I give blood once a month, and now they switched it to every 3 months, and all my numbers are just fantastic. But again, I diet. I tell I'm allowed to have a couple drinks, here
Well,
and there.
that was the next question. I
I,
mean,
of course it was.
but you never ate like shit even before you
Never,
got sick.
never.
Besides us drinking Jack Daniels all the time, that was a different story. But what kind of food do you eat now?
Right now, like
Wait, better yet, what kind of food you eat now that you didn't eat before? What changed?
you know what? I stay away from all carbohydrates. So everything is like protein, vegetables, some fruits. The only bad thing that happened was because of all the medication they got me on, I literally became a type 2 diabetic. So it doesn't really affect me because I wore the monitor and I keep my blood sugar very under control. I eat very clean and that's it. I mean, it's just a way. I don't mind being a diabetic because it keeps my weight off me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no, right. And Sonny, what was it like having your first drink again?
Pretty delicious.
Pretty delicious. Hey, this stuff isn't bad. I was like,
Oh no! But if you notice, and even we started laying off of the Jack.
Jack, not much. You're absolutely right. I don't drink it.
If anybody told us we'd be drinking vodka years later, we'd say, "Are you crazy?"
Who knew? Absolutely. People thought we were crazy.
Exactly.
Sonny Gorelli is watching us. He's on the show right now, folks, talking about his kidney failure and his God sent someone that he finally got on the list, finally got a new kidney. He's been going great. I got to ask you another question, Sonny. Now, you do pretty well for yourself.
Pretty good.
Businessman.
Yeah.
Finance-wise.
Yep.
Do you think it would have made a difference if you weren't a big successful businessman? What if you're a 9 to 5 maybe guy or woman that didn't have that much cash? Does it make a difference on that list at all?
No, not at all. I mean, I see a lot of people at Loyola when I go there, and all walks of life. I mean, honest to God. And Tone, I want to tell them the story that happened over at. Well, it was at the Parrot that one time. You told me that one was just getting ready to start dialysis, and she was really down and out. And I went up to that lady, and I spent about a half hour with her because at that point I already had gone through, went through my recovery. And I told her all about it. And it's funny because the last time you were at the Parrot, which was maybe a couple of weeks ago, she came up to me. She goes, "Sonny, you remember who?" And I says, "Yeah, I do." She goes, "You changed my life just talking to you for that half hour." She goes, "I've got a whole new lease on life. If you could do it, I can do it." I said, "Yeah, you can." So I'm on pretty much trying to make people aware of.
That's why you did this. Let's see. Mary Sue. Mary Sue says, "Dave, I'm so proud of you today. This is amazing. As your nurse cousin, who was your nurse cousin, excuse me, your nurse cousin. Sorry about that. As your nurse cousin, who was is a sister. Your mom and dad are looking down, probably shocked that you are doing this talk."
Cool. That's cool.
That's good. Remember our friend Jennifer? I had a dear friend who sadly didn't make it through kidney failure. Wow. God bless you, and it worked for you. It helps my heart to know that you beat this. God bless in the years to come for continued health and happiness. Jennifer Leza, Sonny, hi guys. Jennifer, how you doing, honey?
Thanks for the beautiful words. I have one more thing to say. I remember, my mom. So she suffered from, and she would always tell her 4 boys, "I hope you guys never have to go through this." Well, she was still alive, and I was literally on dialysis, and she never knew. And it was funny because I'd go over there for dinner or whatever, and as a kidney patient, you have to take medication before you eat. Yeah. So I'd see her doing hers, little thing of medication, That's when I was on dialysis, and I would turn my head and put all my pills in. But I never wanted to tell her because she would have blamed herself, you know.
Well, because it's family. Now, Sonny, do you worry? Do you worry about maybe your two kids or somebody getting it?
Yeah, you know what? I do, but there's a new medication out. So it's called I think it's Tolvaptan. It's my two cousins are on it, and it reduces the growth of the cysts. So I think I've got 2-3 cousins that are on it. So there is something, but they still it's slowing their progression down. I probably didn't, I mean, listen, we lived a fast-paced life, you and I.
Yes.
And maybe that could be one of the reasons, but it was destined to happen. My grandfather died at 55 years old or somewhere.
Well, then you're going back, but you're looking back at some of your family members that probably didn't live a very fast, hard life like we did, and they got it too. It doesn't mean
right. It really didn't matter because he would drink his wine, this and that. They didn't have dialysis then. I remember him. I was a little kid. I remember him crying at the table, telling his daughter, which is my mom, that he only had, once your body turns septic and there's nothing they're going to do about it, you're lucky to make a week. I mean, my machine, when I was down in Florida one time, my machine broke for 3 days. Let me tell you, it happens real quick. I mean, I was sick as a dog until I got my machine fixed.
Until you got everything figured out. Hi, hey, Mary Sue, your cousin Carm. You go, God's way of letting you know your mission isn't over. And that's from Boyd. That's a great thing. Your mission isn't over, Sonny, because you're here live telling people that it can be done. I mean, look, just because you think, oh, well, they were drinking and they were smoking and what they were doing. If you guys remember, the inventor of the treadmill died at the age of 54 years old. The inventor of the gymnastics died at the age of 57 years old.
Boy.
The world bodybuilder champion died at 41.
Yep.
The inventor of Case Kentucky Fried Chicken lived till 94 years old. The inventor of Nutella, Tommy would love this, died at the age of 88 years old.
There you go, Tommy. Get yourself.
So what I'm trying to say is, how did the doctors come up to the conclusion that exercise prolongs life? The rabbit is always jumping, but lives for only 2 years. The turtle that doesn't exercise at all lives for 200 years.
Wow.
So if it's in your system and it's in your family genes, you're going to get it no matter what, unfortunately.
100%. 100%.
Now, Sonny, what's the first thing that you would tell somebody right now? They've got it. What list would you recommend them to go on? Is there a number, email, anything that you got?
You know what I would do? I'd say call me, because that's the thing. I had nobody to turn to. My parents, I didn't want my family to know that I was suffering because I didn't want to tear up my mom. She was older, and there's no need for her to know what I was going through. So, my cousin Mary Sue, who's a nurse, she wants me to start a program for people that are diagnosed with any kind of kidney disease, and show them that there is a way to beat it, fix yourself. So, and I might do that. So the first thing is you got to go get checked out. You got to go to a doctor and, do your blood work and see where your creatinine levels are and everything like that. And then go from there,
Yeah, it's very, very important. There's got to be hotline numbers. There's got to be things that you recommend.
National Kidney Foundation, so yeah, you go online. You could find anything and everything about kidneys, or livers or whatever. But I'm telling you, Loyola, what a wonderful hospital, and they literally, they do so many livers, hearts, and kidneys. So. I definitely, it's not a death sentence anymore. You just got to put in your time and you got to put in the work. That's it.
If you guys have some questions here, how do we get a hold of Sonny if he's not on social media? If you guys are really serious and you're not like pissed off ex-girlfriends, you can call me and I will give you his phone number. So if you're like real people that want to get a hold, I will give you his cell phone number or anything, and he will definitely.
I guarantee there's some computers that just got a shoe thrown at it.
That son of a bitch! What is he doing on TV? He would come to my house. Okay. There you go. Joey Spins in the house, my brother. We're talking with Sonny Garelli. Sonny, let's take a real quick break here just for, we got a couple of things I got to ask you. Let's talk about our sponsors. Let's talk about Roy McCampbell, attorney at law for law practice, our good buddy Roy McCampbell. How about Laura Ocean Solutions, increasing profits while reducing credit card fees. You'll never have to shop again with Laura Ocean Solution. Deutsch Power Center out of Elgin, Illinois, servicing the great construction and diesel industry in Chicago for 100 years. And our buddy Sal from Deutsch, 224-276-6550. Let's not forget Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Call Javier. Get those hand-rolled cigars sent right to your house. And last but not least, Trico Hair Experts out of Rosemont, Illinois, recreating great hair days. Anthony Carmella, 773-999-788. We just got a brand new sponsor starting Monday, Chicago Doors. Doing all doors, sliding doors, all over. They do all the McDonald's, they do all the Burger Kings. Chicago Doors, the new sponsor to Ocean Spit starting on Monday. My good friend Alan with that, Alan Stroller. Thank you, Alan. All right, so let's get down. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Sonny Garelli suffered from kidney disease, folks. Got a match, got a plant, got it on, changed his whole life. And that is just an incredible story, Sonny, it's just mind-boggling. Now, especially when it happens to kids. Now, you're an older guy, but imagine when some of these things happen to kids, it makes you really wonder. It's a pretty sad world, when it comes to that kind of thing.
I've seen kids in a hospital, and it is sad.
I got to tell you something. 2020, you heard stories that hospitals were filled. Some hospitals say they're filled. Some nurses said that they weren't filled. What was it like when you were in the hospital at that time during COVID?
It was just surreal in a lot of ways. I mean, everybody was just masked, and you had to be masked, and it was a different. And I could not see my kids. That was the worst. I mean,
Yeah, that's got to be difficult. And then you know what, Sonny? You heard about stories about people that they went in for a checkup or they had some problems, maybe diabetes, some high blood pressure. They went in with the masks and doing everything they have to do. Nobody can see them. They can't come out. You can't go there, but they were still, unfortunately, they were still dying. Even in the retirement centers where the elderly are. I mean, it was just so sad. It really is sad.
I remember Tommy and I would be masked when he was picking me up and driving me. We would be masked from the minute I got into his car. Him too. He wore his mask all the way till he dropped me off at home. So it was quite it wasn't. Listen, you got to do what you got to do in life. That's what I say.
Well, can we get Tommy real fast over here real fast?
Roll over, Tommy.
Tommy, let me ask you something. Now Vince Amore, who is an entertainer in Chicago, works in the hospital field, says they basically did not know how to ventilate COVID patients. That's how some of that stuff was happening. Tommy, when you're trying to help your buddy, driving him, I mean, what were you going through, buddy?
Well, I had a car just for him. I didn't let anybody, my wife.
Was there any gas cans in the back of the?
No, that was in my yellow truck. I didn't.
Okay, just maybe you might be stuck sniffing
a kidney.
But there were many speaker phones with Dave Jr., one of his great sons out of the two. That told Dad, stop yelling at Tommy because if you piss him off, then David Jr. had to bring him down there. So. It was a trip we did together, and it was intense. It was some intense shit, and they got some great people. Dr. Sodi and the staff at the cardiologist at Loyola and Dr. Sodi, and it was just this guy can give people a lot of hope that it's not a death sentence ananymore, and you just gotta focus, and that's the thing that Sonny does. He focuses, and sometimes it's bad, but most of the time, 90% is good.
Hey, I'm humble.
He's very humble.
Well,
and
maybe not so much.
But listen, we've gone through good and bad, and we're still together. We're still here, And God bless America, and love everybody.
No, I agree with you that, Sonny. You would never have. Imagine trying to go through that all over again.
No.
I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody.
No. That's right. If I could help somebody by talking to them, by helping them how to become get on a donors list or whatever, I would do whatever, because somebody out there gave me the gift of life.
Right.
Now I have to give it back.
Well, let me ask you, Sonny. Do they let you know? Do they tell you who these people are?
It's funny because I wanted to find out, because I would like to have thanked the family of this lady.
Yeah.
But I still haven't. I haven't done that yet. But I think one day I'm going to.
Well, let me ask you something. Do they give you the option of knowing?
I don't.
Do you have to?
I'm going to have to
You
talk.
have to pass an envelope to somebody. I mean, how do you find that out?
You know what? I don't know. I think if I really wanted to find out who the woman was, because honestly, God, I would love to thank her family.
Sure.
I mean, that's like I says, if you could check the box on that license and give the gift of life, you got to do it, because you ain't going to use those parts anyway. You're done. I mean, so.
Well, I got my good friend Mary Tark, who was, you remember, you might not remember Mary, Sonny, but you remember her husband, George, our good friend George, who passed away. Mary says, "Hi, Tony, Sonny, bless you. I'm diagnosed with stage 4 kidney disease.
Oh, wow.
Or I'm just on medication. I get pain in my right kidney a lot."
You know what? Tell her to call me.
Mary, I'm going to give you Sonny's phone number, and you need to call him, and he can help you talk to some stuff, because it's very, very important that someone's out there that's giving this information and giving and you giving out the gift to people. Sonny, I just want to thank you. First of all, thank you, cousin Tommy, and I want to thank you, Sonny, for opening up. Because listen, no one would ever. I think when we first posted that you were going to be on the show, Jennifer goes, Aleza goes, "How the hell did you get him to come on?" I go, and I'm going to tell you, it was his idea. I mentioned, I go, Sonny, why don't we have Laura or Barb from Torelli service come up, talk about the job, the
right?
company. And then he goes, better yet, I want to come on and talk about
this. It's very important to me. It really is. That I got a second chance.
It's very, very important. You did have a second chance, and you're going to do some good with it, folks. If you guys know of anybody going through this problem, reach out to me, and I will gladly pass along over Sonny Garelli's phone number. Where you go? KJ says, "Have you gotten any new taste or smell or noticed different feelings since you got the new kidney? They say some people pick up stuff that the donor may have also have shared."
Well, the donor was a lady, so I think.
Have you become a little bit more feminine since you got this? I don't want to make a joke. You know what I mean? Is there something though? Have you got any?
You're gonna keep serious on this, and here you go again.
I'm just saying. Did you? That's what.
No, I'm fine, Tone. I mean,
no, not the joke, but she makes sense. She goes, "There are some people that pick up stuff that the donor may have started." So,
I guess I've become a little bit more patient in life. Sensitive, yes.
Sensitive.
Okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that. I cry like a baby, So
me at the drop of a hat. Yeah.
Me too. I cry at commercials. Anyway, I know you're a busy man, my brother, and I look forward to seeing you Saturday at the Sunday at the Thirsty Parrot. We're going to be there at 1:00 with the boys. Then did you get cousin Tommy to come along on the boat on Monday?
Yes.
Okay. We're going on a yacht, and we're going to just drink juice and prune juice and orange juice.
Cranberry.
Very good.
Right. We're going to have a good time. But, guys, again, cousin Tommy, thank you for being a good friend, brother. I love you to death. And, Sonny, I love you, my brother, more than I can love anybody. You know that. I love you very much, and I thank you for coming on the show, buddy. You have a great day. We'll talk soon, okay, my brother?
Love you.
Love you, too. Sonny Garelli, folks. My good friend, did suffer from kidney disease, folks, and got a brand new match, got a kidney, and changed his whole life, living a whole life like he's a whole teenager all over again. That means you can start drinking again and going out and drinking because he can start all over again. No, only kidding. Coach's Pit, little show about big things. We got a few minutes left, folks. just as mentioned, our brand new sponsors, of course, that is Chicago Doors. I want to thank Alan for that very much, folks. We're just going to end. We got some celebrity birthdays real fast. Harrison Ford turns 81 years old today. For all you WWE wrestling fans, Brock Lesnar turns 46 years old today. Mark Mendoza from the band Twisted Sister celebrates a birthday. My good friend Michelle and Richie Baroni. This would have been a celebration of Tavo, her son, who passed away. His birthday today. God bless you. From some other wrestling fans out there, for all you DX fans, X-Pac, NWO, we're talking about Sean Walton, folks, 51 years old. Conor McGregor, the MMA fighter, 35 years old. Jane Lynch, actress Jane Lynch, turned 63. And former President Gerald R. Ford turns is president, vice president, celebrates a birthday today, folks. There really isn't much. We're going to save a lot of this stuff, folks, for Monday's show. But I guess I mentioned it yesterday, just in case you guys know. Fox 32 News, FDA approves over-the-counter birth control pills. Over-the-counter birth control pills. The FDA has just approved that, folks. We got some shows coming up next week. Next Wednesday, making our debut at Chef Falou, Seaside Sicilian Restaurant, my hometown. Me and Jerry Jam. That's a 7 kid. Next Thursday, at Positano's, the return of Lisa P., Jerry Jams in Oak Brook next Thursday. The 27th of July will be at Pasta Mia in Bartlett outside on the patio. And two for July 29th and July 30th. July 29th, Saturday, will be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy with the Main Event Band. Also with some guys from Mojo's Jukebox and Kristen Knievel, the daughter of Robbie Knievel, and her grandfather was Evel Knievel. That's going to be at Ron Onesti Speakeasy in St. Charles. And then the next day on the 30th is Rat Pack Sunday, me and Double T, Tony Toto. Shows.com to get your tickets. Ron Onesti's Taylor Street Italian Fest. We're going to be there Friday, August 18th. August 19th, we return to Mars in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And August 20th, Forget About It Vineyard, celebrating 10-year anniversary. Forget About It in Hanover, Illinois. It's actually near Galena. Ocean's Rat Pack, Bill Saratella, Elliot Winbush, yours truly, Jerry Jams, and Vince Amore as Tony Bennett. That's the 20th of August. Get your tickets. It's going to be a great show outside. Folks, we got great news today, of course. Oh, Carlo Joseph, hello from Chandler, Arizona, buddy. Delta's 1973, a hunter. Other nations use it. There you go, Vince. I hope you're well. All right, so we got to go. Tonight is a private affair at the Carnival, downtown Fulton Market. We're going to be there with the Main Event Band. Double T, Tony Toto, John Grande, Jerry Jams, and Regina Karma. Tomorrow we'll be at Bellagio in Roselle. And Sunday, folks, get on out to Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, the Thirsty Parrot, Lake Como, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're back this Monday, 17th. We'll be live on a yacht on the harbor, downtown Chicago. It's going to be fun. Ocean's Pit live on the yacht, my good buddy Ron Starr's yacht. It's going to be fun. We're going to do some singing. We're going to tell some stories. We're going to have a cast of crew on that ship, on that boat, coming on Monday. Guys, let's thank, and last but not least, let's thank our good friends from Ace Hardware. That's right, folks. Ace Displays, Ace Norridge, Ace Evergreen Park, and Ace Warrenville. Folks, don't forget to tell them to grill your ace off. Get $20 off any grill purchase. And the month of July, Lawnmower promo. Purchase any new lawnmower and receive free assembly and delivery. That ends July 31st. Check out, they have a bunch of markdowns on outdoor patio furniture, up to 50% off. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Ace Hardware, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, my guest, Sonny Garelli. Thank you, my brother. I love you, man. I'm glad everything is good. Now, remember, buy local, shop local. Go out and support live entertainment. Support local establishments and the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Nick and Phyllis in Florida, hope you guys are enjoying yourself. I love you guys. Guys, have an incredible weekend. Go out and have fun. Live life and be kind to people, folks. Life is too short. Ringo Starr says peace and love. Peace and love. Nick Sahajas, take it.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Goodbye, everybody. God bless you. Have a great